All right, so we're going to start our second stage on our second day.
Yep.
Which is actually stage 2, so we're in order.
And it looks really cool.
It does. This is a full trench system. I thought they used this for Hard as Hell 3 gun to simulate Verdun. They threw grenades and stuff.
Yeah.
It is a legitimate trench system. There's 3 foxholes.
4 foxholes.
4 foxholes, a trench system, and then up and over the hill. So go ahead and tell what you do.
So basically, you're going to start off shooting rifle. You're going to hop through the 4 foxholes. First one, you shoot some paper. Second one, you shoot a rifle spinner at about 75 yards, which is nice and close, finally. Third and fourth ones, there are 3 auto popper, a rack of 3 auto poppers that you hit. Once you're done with those, you table the rifle, jump out, run over to the trench system, go down into the trench. All of your pistol mags are pre-staged in a bucket at the trench, so grab those. And then as you weave your way through the trench, there's, I think, 9 pistol targets.
And those trenches look tight.
They look confining. Once you're done with all of those, you empty the pistol, reholster it dry, run up out of the trench system, run to the back of the bay, run up the berm, which looks pretty sandy, and climb over the tire pile at the top, run down the other side of the berm, and then there's a bank of 10 pistol targets at a solid 50 yards.
Oh, if not more.
Maybe 70.
They might be 50 to 75-yard pistol targets.
They are challenging pistol targets. So the key to this one is, can you shoot difficult pistol targets when you're winded at the end of a stage?
And most of the time, all these stages here are sci-fi themed.
Yeah.
And most of the time, to be honest with you, that doesn't do anything for me.
Which is why we haven't really been bothering.
This one, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. This one's themed around aliens and clearing out an alien infestation in a colony.
Yeah.
And it actually fits really well. You start with a face hugger in front of you on the clock and throw it off. And then you're clearing, of course, the air ducts through the trenches.
Yep.
And fighting the Praetorian Guard. It's those themes are kind of fun. And in this instance, this one, because it's aliens, close to my heart.
Yeah.
So
those little auto poppers kind of look like alien eggs.
Yes, and so, right, and that's actually what you're doing is clearing eggs and face huggers and then aliens. So we're avenging LV-426 in this stage.
All right, let's see how we do.
All right.
Over!
Yeah.
Hit! 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 Unload and holster. Run. Last shot was at 122. Draw when you're in the box. Hit! 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 time is 178. Yep. Lots of time. Hit! 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 Over!
Woohoo!
Left to right. Hit! 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 Unload and holster. Draw when you're in the box. Hit! 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 202. You have time. One good shot. Hit! Woohoo! If you're finished, unload and show clear. Clear and holster.
Wah!
All right, we have successfully launched and nuked it from orbit.
We have nuked it from orbit. We have avenged LV-426. The alien infestation is gone. All of the colonists are gone as well, but we no longer have any of those xenomorphs there to threaten us further. The planet's gone too, sort of.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
We both did really well. I'm really happy with my performance. You did 10 seconds faster than I did.
I did.
It's pretty awesome.
So
I have a piece of dirt in my eye.
it was super fun, really, honestly. So the theme really worked, like I said. You have this alien, you're like, throw the facehugger off, and it kind of gets you into the mindset of what that is. The The foxhole to foxhole movement was a lot of fun.
Yep.
The spinner was accessible with any kind of gun, which was
nice.
Nice to have for a moment. The skinny poppers were challenging, but what was more challenging was just getting in and out of those foxholes quick. The trenches were actually really fun.
Yeah.
There was no way to run through there that fast, and it truly was.
They're narrow and tight.
I mean, you were like, it really, I know it sounds corny and nerdy, but it felt like going through the air ducts because there were these overhangs too.
Right.
And so you were doing this like little duck walk thing with your pistol like this. And really just like the movie.
Yeah.
And you turn the corner, some targets, turn the corner, some targets. Really cool. Clear your gun, run it over that. That berm sucked.
Yes.
That was a giant moon dust. I don't know what that dust is. I'm assuming it's uranium.
Probably.
All right.
We are in Utah.
And then there's those tires. Like, what the hell? Now there's a bunch of tires to crawl over.
Yep.
And boy, the pistol targets, I'm not kidding. That was maybe 75 yards.
Yeah.
They were like maybe 10-inch plates, but they're
4 big plates and 6 small round plates.
but man, small in that they're pistol targets at 50 or 75 yards. You're sitting there winded and going,
so that was the stage design on this.
how was
Fun
that?
experience that builds up to, here's the test of your pistol skills.
How was that with your red dot pistol?
Great.
You look like you did very well.
Yeah. So as I've seen in the previous stages, that red dot isn't giving me the full advantage it could be because I don't train with it regularly. But it absolutely takes one thing back off my mind that I don't have to worry about, and that's sight picture.
Yeah, you just put the dot on the target.
So I was taking 2 or 3 hits to get every steel target there, but I got every single one of them. And I did it with 40 seconds to spare.
I got them all too, but with my Beretta sights, honestly, the front sight was much larger than the target I was engaging. Even the big plates.
Yeah.
The front sight was bigger than the big plates.
Yeah.
And when I was aiming at the little discs, it was obliterating the plate. So I just did my best. Got them,
Which was good enough to beat me.
but it was challenging.
One other cool thing about this stage is I finally got to actually use my bipod.
You did!
Yes. And it worked. It was nice. It's interesting that this match kind of, because it has its roots originally in 3-gun, has kind of unconsciously been developed to not allow the practical use of bipods. Bipods have always been gear that puts you into open. So stages are kind of designed so that you always have something to rest on. And there are always things like VTACs or 2x4s, little things that just are not conducive to bipods.
If you're a tac scope shooter, which the grand majority of 3-gun shooters are,
Yeah.
and you're designing a stage, and you don't want a bipod because you don't want to be an open shooter, you either intentionally or unintentionally subconsciously design stages that don't require bipods. Even if bipods have really real-world applications, that's not what you're doing, and you don't even know you're doing it.
Right.
That's sort of an insidious thing that happens when you're designing stages if you're not very cognizant of it, is you'll design stages based on the gear you want to use
Right.
versus designing stages based on what they should be.
Right.
And now, so at my 2-gun down at Tucson, I honestly, and you can vouch for this, I cognitively go the other way.
Yeah.
I decide I'm going to use my submachine gun. Wow, what could I do that would make this awful?
Let's have some 200-yard mini targets.
So I really legitimately, not always to the most nth degree, but I frequently design stages based against the gear I'm bringing.
Yeah.
Which allows me to try at least, to defeat that subconscious bias.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think there's, and there's one other thing that I'm a little concerned about, and we'll discuss this at the end of the match, but I'm worried that people are going to go through all of these stages and take away that your rifle is better than mine, because you're performing better on virtually, so far on every single stage.
okay.
If we gave you my rifle, I'm pretty confident that you would do equal or better on everything. Your knowledge of wind, your ability to read wind and dope the wind, plan your dope in your head, having 2.5 magnification plus that is going to be better for you than a red dot plus that.
I would concur with that statement.
So we have 2 guns that are separate. I've noticed when people are looking at guns, they don't care about this one. They're like, whoa, Carl cleaned that with the red dot. Let's look at what gun he's using.
see,
'cause
I
it
didn't
must
notice
be
that, but you're paying attention to that.
Yeah, because you've had a number of people come up and go, oh, let me see that.
That's
and
true.
nobody's asked me about this one. Because I'm not as good of a shooter.
Wow.
I'm not making this look really impressive.
Performance dictates that, but I agree with what you're
So-
saying. So I have said many times I'm a huge proponent of the red dot, and I think I'm proving today that the red dot can be very effective, more effective than most people give it credit to.
Yes.
Credit for it. But the reality is to be, I'm not saying I'm the best, I'm not saying this at all, but to be that effective with a red dot, you have to put a lot of time in with it.
Absolutely. Right.
You could push a red dot out to 400.
Yep.
You could use a red dot very well at CQB. That's what it really shines at. But you could do it with both. This one shines more at medium range, but not as much at the CQB. But it's not excellent for long range.
Right.
So you're in a different, your sweet spot is further out. My sweet spot is closer in.
Right.
Yeah.
The two things I would really enjoy seeing are, one, I'd like to see you run it with a magnified optic. Just not saying we're going to, because we're not going to, but it would be intellectually interesting for me. And I'd also enjoy watching you run these stages with irons.
I could do it.
Like with your SP1, I'm pretty sure you could.
I think I could.
Yeah.
The red dot's better,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree. And then the red dot, of course, brings other capabilities like night vision capabilities and you could put a magnifier behind this, but I didn't because I didn't want to go into that category, that division.
And you haven't needed it.
Well, I could have used it on the spinner yesterday.
There's one target of one stage of a brutally hard
A
match.
150-yard spinner and win with a magnification would have been nice.
Would have helped.
It would have helped.
You might or might not have been able to get it.
I think it would have made the difference.
So, all right.
Next one is the group event, team event.
Yes, we have a team relay event. So let's go see what that's all about.
Let's check that out.